Welcome to Midnight Signal AI. Today is April 9th, 2026, and we've got a packed lineup. Google launches the Agent Development Kit for Go 1.0, Meta unleashes a wave of new AI models, Anthropic faces legal uncertainty, and Elon Musk's companies keep making headlines. Let's get started with our lead story. Google just took a big step forward in production AI agent development with the official release of the Agent Development Kit, ADK, for Go 1.0. This is straight from the Google AI blog. The ADK moves beyond experimental scripts, focusing on observability, security, and extensibility. One headline feature is native OpenTelemetry integration for deep tracing, so you can actually see what your agent is doing in real time.
That's a big deal for anyone building serious, reliable AI services. OpenTelemetry is the gold standard for distributed tracing, so adding it natively means developers can debug, monitor, and optimize agent behaviors much more easily. But I'm also intrigued by their new plugin system, especially the self-healing logic. That could mean agents that recover from failures automatically, rather than just crashing or getting stuck.
Exactly. Google's also pushing safety with human-in-the-loop confirmations for sensitive operations. If an agent's about to do something risky, it'll prompt for human approval. That's a clear signal Google sees these tools as ready for real-world, high-stakes deployments, not just research.
And it positions Go as a serious contender for AI application backends. With built-in security, observability, and extensibility, the ADK could make Go a default pick for enterprises who want to deploy AI agents at scale, but still need robust controls. This could really shift the balance away from Python-centric stacks.
On a related note, Google is also tackling model training reliability. Their latest blog post introduces continuous checkpointing in Orbax and MaxText. Instead of saving training checkpoints at fixed intervals, which can bottleneck performance or leave you exposed to data loss, this system asynchronously checkpoints as resources allow, maximizing I/O bandwidth and reducing the risk of catastrophic failures.
Yeah, this addresses a classic problem, balancing performance and reliability during massive model trainings. If you checkpoint too often, you slow everything down. Too rarely, you risk losing tons of progress if something crashes. Continuous checkpointing is a smart middle ground, and it's a sign that AI infrastructure is maturing, moving from hacky scripts to industrial-grade processes.
Shifting gears to the world of open-source AI, Meta's in the spotlight. According to FinancialContent and TheRegister.com, Meta just released Llama 5 and several new models, but there's controversy. While Meta touts Llama 5 as open source, critics say it's about as open as Zuckerberg's private school, meaning not very open at all.
That's the ongoing tension, right? Meta wants the credibility of OpenAI, but with layers of restrictions. Even so, Llama 5 is significant because it's aimed directly at challenging proprietary models from Google, OpenAI, and Anthropic. The open source angle is as much about market positioning as it is about community benefits.
And there's more from Meta. Multiple outlets, including Revista Merca2.0 and France 24, highlight Muse Spark, Meta's first LLM from their reorganized AI superteam. Zuckerberg is betting big on these in-house models to power products like WhatsApp and Instagram, reportedly at significant cost.
Meta's approach is interesting. Build custom models for their huge user base, but keep control tight to avoid misuse. If they pull this off, they'll have an enormous dataset and feedback loop for rapid improvement. But the balance between openness and control is going to keep raising eyebrows, especially as regulators pay more attention.
Let's switch to the legal front. Wired reports that Anthropic is stuck in limbo after conflicting U.S. court rulings. One appeals court decision contradicts a lower court's March ruling, leaving uncertainty about whether the U.S. military can use Anthropic's Claude model. It's not just a regulatory headache, it's a potential supply chain risk for anyone relying on Claude.
This is a classic example of the legal system struggling to keep up with AI's rapid evolution. If you're an enterprise or agency, this kind of regulatory whiplash makes it hard to invest or scale. Anthropic is already under the microscope for other reasons, and now customers have to worry about sudden changes in legal access to their tech.
Speaking of Anthropic, the New York Post is reporting that their new model, Claude Mythos, has sparked fears of a potential AI doomsday if it were to be released publicly. Some experts warn about weapons we can't even envision. It's a familiar AI doom narrative, but the fact that it's attached to a real, named model has reignited debate.
It really highlights the tension between rapid innovation and responsible release. Models are getting more powerful, and the guardrails are only as strong as the organizations behind them. The public and regulators are right to ask hard questions, even if some of the hype is overblown.
Let's check in on Elon Musk's universe. There's a flurry of news today. The Hill reports SpaceX is preparing for a public offering, while Business Insider says Musk's AI startup, xAI, is reorganizing its engineering team ahead of the SpaceX IPO. It looks like Musk is aligning his AI and space ventures for maximum impact.
That's classic Musk. Streamline everything before a big event. xAI's engineering shakeup probably means they're trying to show investors they have a focused, scalable team, especially if AI is going to play a big role in SpaceX's future, like autonomous flight or satellite operations.
And there's even more Musk. The Motley Fool is reporting that Intel stock surged after joining Musk's Terafab AI chip project. It's another sign that AI hardware is where the action is. Everyone is racing to build faster, more efficient chips to train and run these massive models.
It's a smart play for Intel, too. They've been lagging behind NVIDIA and AMD in the AI accelerator space, but teaming with Musk gives them a shot at relevance. Terafab could be a game changer if it lives up to the hype, and it shows how deeply interconnected the chip and AI industries have become.
On a lighter but still competitive note, there's a quirky story from Ilbo about Faker, yes, the esports legend, expressing confidence in a showdown with xAI's Grok 5 model. Apparently, he's even imposed speed limits for the match. It's a reminder that AI is now a pop culture phenomenon, not just a research topic.
Absolutely. AI models are showing up everywhere, from game tournaments to celebrity interviews. The fact that we're seeing esports stars challenge AI models says a lot about how mainstream these technologies have become and how much public attention they command.
Finally, let's talk about security. Ars Technica is reporting that Iran-linked hackers have disrupted operations at U.S. critical infrastructure sites. As conflicts in the Middle East have escalated, so have cyber attacks targeting industrial systems. AI is often both a target and a tool in these scenarios, used for detection, defense, and sometimes even for launching attacks.
It's a sobering reminder that as AI systems get more deeply embedded in critical infrastructure, their security becomes a national issue. Defending against sophisticated threats will require not just better technology, but also smarter policy and constant vigilance. These attacks could push governments to mandate stricter AI security standards.
That wraps up our headlines for today. We saw major moves from Google and Meta, legal and security challenges for Anthropic, and a flurry of activity around Elon Musk's companies. If you want to dive deeper, check the show notes for links to all our sources.
And as always, stay curious and critical. The pace of AI innovation and controversy shows no signs of slowing down. We'll be here to connect the dots and separate signal from noise.
That's your signal. See you next time.